brand new banger.
It's Nukkle HeDD Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
You're Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit, and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the arm with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's fucking Tuesday night. And you know what that means is Nukkle HeDD Comics. We in the building. Yo, Dre, the first one popping up in here.
Hey, what's going on? We got the wise brother in the chat. What's going
Where
on?
he no longer wants to be good, baby.
Nah, he's solely the wise brother of prolific.
That's right.
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
Need to talk tonight, Loki. Okay, Mr. Loki.
What's going on,
Definitely
Mr.
need
Loki?
to talk. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
What's up? We in the building.
What's going on, Ray and Cap?
Not much. We got our topic to discuss, but we also have D23 to discuss.
Yes,
Yo,
we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Everything and their mother was announced at D23 to the point that they did a whole little press conference on Fortnite about D23.
Yeah.
Like they announced so much that where do we begin with D23? Because we thought what was it? Hall H was crazy at San Diego Comic-Con this year. D23 said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah. Wow. Shit.
Word.
Because D23 confirmed everything and then some. Well,
Yeah. Disney came out with a whole bunch of shit. Then they did a few things for Star Wars, which we know that's Cab's favorite fucking topic to discuss here.
Yep.
More so than video games, because I don't even think he plays video games anymore.
No.
Then they did a little bit of Marvel panel, which we got four discussion, 4 presentations for that. But then Disney had their own shit with their Pixar and all this shit that we don't talk about that Disney fucking does. And everybody Everybody's still mad at Snow White.
What?
Yeah, 'cause
Wait,
apparently
they're
that
mad
chick
at Snow
tried to
White?
whistle before she worked, and they smacked her. So she whistled while she worked, and they smacked her again.
Yep.
Dang.
Bitch.
Yeah, I saw the trailer to Daredevil Born Again. It leaked online. I wasn't personally there, although, you know, if I was made of money, I would have been. You know, unlike Ray. Ray was probably sitting front row center.
Yeah. He doesn't like the
The
fucking.
only press conference I saw from D23 was the Fortnite one, and I didn't even watch it live. I watched it the day after, just to find out that they're doing a whole Marvel season starting this Friday.
Yeah, so
Doom-based. So even
I got the
Doom is
scoop
gone to
on.
the world.
I got the scoop on Daredevil when we get there. I also saw the leaked trailer for the Thunderbolts.
That I
There's-
just saw
there's some
today
shit
that
to
it was
talk about
leaked.
there.
I didn't
Huh?
get to watch that, but I saw images from it.
Yeah, that was at San Diego Comic Con, but the trailer finally leaked online. Ironheart. We can start with the thing. They released another trailer to Agatha.
Okay.
Agatha still looks intriguing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll give Agatha a try purely because this is gonna be kind of like Moon Knight. No, let's not say Moon Knight. Kind of like Werewolf by Night,
Okay.
where it's not attached to anything. Although it is attached to shit, but it's kind of out on its own little island. So it gets the freedom to be whatever the fuck it wants. And we just get the freedom of watching it and seeing what it is.
Got you.
And we can decide whether, we enjoy it or not. But because it's not outwardly directly tied to major shit, we don't have the fog of it better be it can be whatever it wants because it has that kind of freedom, which is rare for an MCU project nowadays.
Yeah, because there's nothing that's like we have prior things to have like, oh, it has to be like this, or should it be like this, or I hope it's like this. Like there's nothing to be going into this without just let's see what happens, you know?
Yeah. So they also showed a little bit of footage for Ironheart
Okay.
and reports coming out. Some people are saying that the footage they showed this time was better than the one they showed 2 years ago at D23. Some people say they actually preferred the footage from 2 years ago. But the overall consensus is that the young lady who's playing Riri Williams is actually a real fan.
Okay.
And was actually given more room to find the character and to actually bring this character to life. And Anthony Ramos has also been touted as looking really good in the show, but I haven't seen him do anything bad yet. So
Who's
I didn't know
Anthony
he was-
Ramos?
Transformers, the last Transformers movie.
Okay.
He's the Spanish dude. The
Yeah,
new
he's also
G.I.
done a
Joe
bunch
fan, I
of-
guess.
He's
Okay.
also done a bunch of musicals and stuff like that. Yeah.
He was in Hamilton.
Yes. He's basically he was Lin-Manuel Miranda's like right-hand man with a lot of stuff. Like most of the projects
He
Lin's
was
done.
in the Heights.
Yeah. He's put Anthony Ramos in. He's a good actor. He's good.
Anthony Ramos is actually in this year's Twisters
Yep.
movie.
Which I
Which
never
I
got
heard
a
good
chance to
things
see.
about.
So I'll wait till it comes out on the streaming service at this point.
So I just started watching the second trailer to Agatha. Did they have fucking the witches from the Disney shows?
I don't know.
It looked like they had the Wicked Witch of the West. They had the Good Witch there, and then the fucking Exorcist girl.
I'm about to watch this trailer because I had not watched it yet.
Unless I'm bugging.
I don't know. I might have to check it out again. It's one of the things I saw because they did a whole fucking what do you call it? They did a whole song and dance number on stage.
First deal in Subway has never been easier. Just buy any foot long in the app.
We hear
Copyright
you
strike.
for long.
Oh, can you? Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. I was about to say, damn, somebody's hungry.
Come on now, Shaq. You know that ain't fucking smart. I don't do impressions, people. So
Give me Moon Knight season 2, damn it, yo.
yeah. So I was what do you call? I don't remember too much because I got blown away by what I saw for Daredevil. But when we wait for Ray, I can go into a little bit. Oh, we can do a little bit of Cap 4. They showed what?
Real quick. This is just a screenshot. This is what I seen.
But yeah,
I've
that's the
heard.
Wicked Witch.
Yeah, and then this looks like the girl from the fucking Exorcist.
I mean, it could be a possession of some sort, yeah.
And then you see the white hair, and then this one, like I feel like this is the good witch.
That could be Glenda, and the other one actually could be the one who gives Snow White the apple. Remember, she dresses like the hag.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, is this? So I don't know if this is the actual I think it's the actual trailer, but so they might be going through fairy tales or some shit. I don't know. That's just what I seen. I didn't see the whole thing yet, but once I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. But it does seem like a good palate cleanser. Even though Deadpool was kind of like a palate cleanser, but hopefully this is something that we could just.
Deadpool wasn't a palate cleanser. Deadpool was a much needed fucking success.
Yeah, but it made $1 billion now, right?
Yeah, it's climbing towards. I think it has a little bit of ways to go to get past Joker. Maybe like a couple of maybe 200 mil more to get to that 1.2 mil to be the highest grossing rated R movie of all time.
Okay.
Which it should be doing pretty soon. And as we're talking, I'm looking back at this trailer. And I don't think you saw. Yeah, I don't think you saw the correct trailer.
It's from Film Spot trailer.
Nah,
1 day ago.
Nah, so the one I'm watching
Marvel
is
Entertainment?
from actual Marvel.
But this is 1 month ago. You said that one of them came out in D23, right?
Yeah. So the one, if you go to Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel, it's one from 3 days ago. That's the actual trailer. That's why I was like, I don't remember seeing the fucking witches in there. Yeah, so I think you had like a fan made trailer.
So the full performance? Or is it? Oh no, here goes the Marvel trailer. Okay.
Yeah, so I can get into so while you're watching that again, so what they showed for Cap was they showed the full not the full off-screen transformation of Red Hulk.
Yeah.
But then Red Hulk shows up on screen and he looks fucking great. They got the chest hair, he looks like Harrison Ford. Like it looked in the little snippet you get in the trailer, he kind of looked like a red airhead.
Yeah.
It had that taffy fucking feel, but in the footage they showed, he actually looked more realized and he looked better.
Are we fond of that? That it looks just like Harrison Ford, basically.
I mean, they should look like the guy who's running them. Like,
yeah, who the fuck else is it supposed to look like?
Just asking.
I mean, the Red Hulk looks like Thaddeus Ross just as a Hulk.
Yeah.
You want me to? I'll get into the Thunderbolt.
oh no, look, that's in there.
Huh?
The one from Marvel Entertainment just showed the witch and the Exorcist girl and the Queen.
Really? I just saw the whole thing. I did not see that.
And they even say that she needs the witches, so it's like I guess that is going to play a part in.
What up, Tyson?
In that.
That's weird that I watched it now twice and I didn't catch it at all. You have a time marker?
right after she comes off the ground. 1 minute 13 seconds. So how is she gonna feel? Oh wait,
Okay.
was that the devil or the demon that
Ooh.
blew up in fire? 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Was that
Who knows?
Mephisto?
Yo,
It's
that's another thing. They were saying that Mephisto might show up in this and not Ironheart.
Yeah, but Mephisto's showing up everywhere apparently.
Yeah,
Mephisto is Sting.
this time I will say I didn't hear it from New Rockstars. They're not
Yeah.
the ones reporting Mephisto.
The amount of times I heard Mephisto for fucking WandaVision, I was like, yo, just let it happen if it's gonna happen. Like, can we stop saying he showed up? I was waiting for someone to say he was gonna show up in Deadpool.
I mean, shit. He did. All that shit that Johnny talked, that might have been Mephisto in disguise.
Yeah, facts.
So, the before we get into the big topic, because you saw hopefully you guys saw the little short I did with me dressed up in the thing, but I'm not gonna go put it back on now. But the Thunderbolts movie actually looks pretty good.
Okay.
Ghost has a new look. Taskmaster has a new look. Taskmaster looks cool as shit. To the point where the first time I saw it, there was no sound. And I was like, "Ooh, who the fuck is that?" Like, I was like, yo, whoever that character is looks fucking awesome. Then I found out it was Taskmaster. I was like, oh shit, all right.
Same girl,
Yeah.
or did they switch it up for?
I believe it's the same girl.
Okay. Is there any inkling on what the actual title is going to be? Because I know it was an asterisk next to Thunderbolts.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe Dark Avengers.
Okay. Okay.
Because this is actually, the whole trailer was playing on the whole fact that they're playing on two things. One, these are a group of fuck-ups.
Got you.
These aren't your first choice calls. Red Guardian is a fuck-up. Yelena is probably the only competent one, but she's got her own problems. Ghost and Taskmaster are not people you would call on. Bucky, we know, is still recovering. John Walker is probably the biggest fuck-up of them all, coming off the back of Civil War. Not Civil War, of Captain America and Falcon. Winter Soldier, right? So they're playing over that fact. Then they legit say the line, there are good people. No, there are good guys. There are bad guys. Then there are worse guys. So this might be not our Suicide Squad, but this might be the, hey, we got bad guys here that we can't send good guys after, but we can send the Baba Yaga after them.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be interesting to see if that's the take they go with this.
I think, judging by the first half, I think this is going to be the, hey, we don't have an Avenger squad.
Okay.
We need a team. We need a team we can control. Who
so
can
this
we control?
is our
We can
version
control
of
these
Suicide
guys.
Yeah.
These are our Avengers.
Okay. So this is our version of, or Marvel's take on, hey, this is the Suicide Squad, but we're gonna continue this one and not just keep switching.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be our good squad.
Yeah. That will still be my question on DC's choices of, you really couldn't at least keep Will Smith's character because his worked. But
yeah, but didn't correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the whole reboot switch after the slap?
no, that was before that. That was before that. If it was after, it would have made sense, but it was before.
Well, I mean, before then, it probably was, hey, I want to make this movie for $20. And they're like, well, then you can't have Will Smith back because then it's going to be $50.
Basically, it's like, yeah, that's higher than the budget. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. It's gonna be a no for me.
Why didn't she just get Idris Elba? They play the same character.
I mean, they're completely different characters, but they essentially played the same fucking role. Like,
Basically, yeah. Basically,
so, what everybody's hyped for, Daredevil, Born Again. Coming out in March. Yeah, again, I gotta get soundboard. I don't have soundboard.
yeah. So we could have 3 air horns. Just
Nah, my sound will be. All right, hold on. Let me. Wah, wah, wah. God damn it! What? I'm gonna learn sign language and fucking just be silent. That'd be good for the audio version of this podcast.
yeah, I was gonna say that.
We're just gonna hear.
And another thing. So, we got good news. Again, coming out in March. They're filming season 2 now. Which means
Not
18
half.
Huh?
Not season 1.5.
Oh,
No, well, it means that the 18 episodes we were gonna get all at once
they're
has been
splitting
broken
it
up to 2 seasons.
Okay. But that's still, it's a good sign because at least they're expecting the interest to be there.
Yeah. Well, they expected interest to be there because they went back and retooled it. Confirmed Foggy Nelson's back.
Hey,
Confirmed Karen Page is back.
hey,
Confirmed Vanessa, Kingpin's wife, is back. The same
Hey.
actress. Confirmed Bullseye. Confirmed they're picking up the similar tone and some of the history, if not all, from the Netflix show.
hey.
Confirmed, or well, unconfirmed, but rumored.
That might confirm.
The theme for this show is going to be the Netflix theme.
Hey, I feel like that wouldn't be a hard rights issue. I feel like Disney would be like,
There's rumors. There's rumors that there's Vincent D'Onofrio said there's gonna be more violence in this one than in the Netflix one.
Yeah, he said that he has a scene himself specifically that goes big. There's also another hallway fight, or not a hallway fight per se, but another type of fight like that Daredevil gets in that everybody's gonna go crazy over.
Oh,
So we know this from the trailer. We know that this is picking up after Echo because Kingpin is still looking to become mayor.
okay.
We know that Kingpin and Daredevil have that history from the Netflix show because they both know who each other are.
Okay.
And when I mean they both know who each other are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We know that Punisher is back. We see that there's multiple fucking costumes for Daredevil. We don't know if he's going to wear all of them, but he had his all-white one. He had the helmets. He had his all-white helmet. He had the yellow helmet. He had his Netflix red helmet, his new red helmet, and his black fucking helmet.
Shit.
So there's at
What,
least
you
6.
fucking Batman?
Yo, he had a lot of iterations.
Gotta have options, man, just in case.
Then we also get confirmed that White Tiger is in this shit. White Tiger is a fucking Puerto Rican superhero from the Bronx who's a street-level crime fighter who has no superpowers of his own, but he has an amulet that's passed down through his family.
Nice.
Oh, so it's not gonna be his daughter?
Huh?
It's not gonna be his daughter?
At least not yet. It's confirmed that it is him. It is the original one first.
Maybe mid-season we'll get the switch
Or season 2.
Yeah.
Like let's establish a character first before we pass off the fucking baton.
Nah, man, you gotta kill him off instantly.
And
This isn't wrestling, Ray.
Episode 1. Avenge me.
then we also get confirmed that the potential villain for this season, if not for at least a few episodes, is a character called Muse. Now, judging by the look on Ray and Toe's face, I know they know all about Muse. So go ahead and explain them.
He's a deaf guy that can hear supersonic sound waves and uses his sight for vibration. He has super speed, super strength, but he's a paraplegic. He uses his blood flow to control his body movements, and his main bad guy is Captain Cement.
Okay.
Ray, tell us the truth now.
He is played by Jason Mewes. That's all I got.
Disappointing.
Wait,
Now,
you give
you
me
said
disappointing after what Tony
views?
No,
You
that
said
was
views or huge?
that was disappointing for both of you. And I said Muse.
That's what I said. Jason
Okay.
Mewes.
So like someone's inspiration.
Yes.
yeah.
I thought you said views.
Okay, even
I'm
if I
not
said
gonna-
views,
I'm not
what
gonna
would that
lie.
have to do with a
I
super
kinda-
speed
I
paraplegic?
kind of want to see the Mewes character one day.
Yeah, because he's the opposite of Daredevil, but it's equal.
Okay.
Because Daredevil's blind,
So
he's
sees.
deaf.
So Daredevil's blind, so this dude's in a wheelchair. Complete opposite.
Yeah, you had us there for a minute because it's like you could see supersonic hearing, but when you said paraplegic, I was like, wait, how's he gonna fight people? This is gonna be an interesting scene. And he has-
controls his
Look at
blood.
that, Ray. Ray, you don't think he could be handy capable?
That's crazy. And this show's about everyone's in fucking
But
these
Yo,
comics.
that's ableist of you. Wow.
You don't want them to be represented?
Yo, you keep opening these doors that say do not open.
This is the problem when you're that young and you deal with motherfuckers who literally look for reasons to get at somebody.
And
We're
somebody
the
who-
generation, yeah, we're the generation that invented. What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. And I've said many a times, I'm not on social media, so you can't. You want to kick me off of this show? Okay, send me to bed early. Oh, fine by me.
oh, shit.
Muse, let's get back on track here, Ray.
So Jason Mewes, his sidekick is gonna be Silent Bob.
No, so Muse is a relatively new character who is. All right, you guys know who Victor Zsasz is.
Yes,
Who is he?
he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
I could have guessed that.
No, but shit. You,
All right.
Like technically, like I want to feel like he's Hammer, but a lower level of Hammer in New York.
No, so Victor Zsasz is a Batman villain who's a crazy ass fucking psychomaniac killer.
Okay, see
Who's
that's
got
the thing. That's
scars,
what I was gonna say, but
Who that
I thought it
count
was
all
my
of the
Marvel.
victims, right? Muse is crazier than him.
Okay.
He's got now he has a little super speed, a little bit of super strength, which is gonna make him a problem for Daredevil, which is probably why White Tiger has to show up. Right? He also has the ability to absorb all the fucking senses around him, which makes it impossible for Daredevil to sense him because, well, Daredevil can't see. So that sense is already gone. But hearing, smelling, touching, all that shit disappears when he's around. So Daredevil has nothing to perceive, nothing to go off of. Muse is Muse is a amalgamation of a lot of things. You guys know who Banksy is? Ray, you should know at least Banksy. God, can we cut here? Just end the podcast. Go, you guys go
No.
read a book or something.
I know who Victor Zsasz is. From what I understand, isn't it true that when something vicious happens in Gotham, the first thing they do is check the jail to see if he got any new scars on him?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this character I know. Okay. My bad.
All right, so Banksy's a street artist
yeah.
who does like a lot of political shit, does a lot of crazy shit. He once sold a painting, and the minute the painting was sold, he triggered it so that it went through a shredder that was in the base of the fucking frame. And I bring him up because Muse is a street artist. He uses his victims, right? He takes his victims, he finds them, he kills them, he uses that blood to paint murals all over the fucking city.
Okay.
He hates Kingpin. And
He
he's
hates
a
him.
little perturbed at the fact that Daredevil's against him when he thinks they should be
it should be
fighting the
against
same
him.
side.
Okay.
So he's gonna be running amok. I guarantee he's gonna be painting murals. If Kingpin's going for mayor, he's gonna be painting anti-Kingpin murals in blood. He's gonna be a fucking problem to deal with.
Okay.
This is gonna be some serious shit. And on top of that, you got Bullseye back in town. You got the Punisher who's around. You got a city who might succumb to the bullshit that Kingpin is gonna fucking say to become mayor. Who knows? This is gonna be a hell of a fucking first season, in my estimation. And I can't fucking wait to see it. I can't wait to see Deborah Ann Moss back. She's the one who plays Karen Page. She was great in Daredevil, and then I found out that she's been she's been supplementing her time, but in between acting roles, playing D&D. She's played on my favorite podcast that I watch. She DMs her own fucking things. She has a video out right now on the internet where she gets John Bernthal, Punisher, to play D&D, and it's the smartest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because she's like, yo, would you ever play? And he's like, I don't even know what the fuck it is. And she explains to him a little bit of what it is. And then she just goes, you know what? Fuck it. Would you play? And he's like, yeah. He goes, okay. You're in a forest. You got a bow in your back. You hear a snap. There's a thing. What do you do? She just started playing right then and there. And got him playing it. Which is the smartest way I've ever seen to introduce people to this fucking game.
Yeah. Well, especially because of the characters he's played and his mentality of things, I feel like he would be the perfect person to play D&D. Like,
so I don't think Luke Cage is gonna show up in Daredevil, at least not in this first season, because I know for a fact that the dude who plays Luke Cage has not been signed back to Marvel. I don't even think he has an interest in coming back to doing it. Because when asked, he's already in support of somebody else taking up the mantle.
okay.
But we all know that when it comes to Marvel, 9 times out of 10, even if you're not in the film, you gotta say you're not in it.
Yep. Like Chris Hemsworth that keeps saying, I know what people are talking about. I'm not in that mood.
Word.
Which movie?
In Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yo, have we analyzed the tape? Is that actually Chris Hemsworth crying with Deadpool in his arms, or is that his brother crying with Deadpool in his arms? The guy who plays him when they do the plays.
I thought it was him, but they used the scene from when Loki was dying, no?
Again, I've only seen it once, but I have my suspicions.
Yeah,
because they look exactly alike.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they did just to fuck with us even more. But it looks like him. Like they have a distinction between the two brothers. It looks like.
Well, I'm looking at it now. You know, there's somebody on fucking YouTube talking about him.
Yeah. So Daredevil is gonna be fucking big.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that out of all the masks, I'm hoping we get to see his actual armored look and not his Shadowland look.
Who is this?
Daredevil. And I'll while you're looking at that, I'll look up the difference so I can show you guys.
Well, yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna look at the comments. Who was commenting?
Okay. You tell me.
No, that's Hemsworth.
Yeah, it's him.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He got 2 different color eyes. So this happened after after Endgame. It had or Guardians of the Galaxy because remember Rocket gave him that second eye.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. So it's
He
not
never had. I don't remember him having this scar above his eyes.
okay. Yeah. So
Well, I mean, his eye did get ripped out. No, but
No,
that
I'm
was
talking about the two lines.
yeah.
okay, yeah. So yeah.
So this couldn't be when Loki died. Loki died during the first the second Thor.
Yeah, and his eye would have been taken out.
No, not in that one.
Not in the second one?
His eye got taken out in Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
So this is the Shadowland Daredevil suit. Then I'll
Oh.
wait for the camera to come back.
Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then this is my all-time favorite Daredevil costume. A lot of people don't really like it, but I do. This is the armored one.
Oh, okay.
And based on how his costume is in the MCU, I can see this one making its appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all they got to do is again switch out, just add a lot more black,
Yeah.
red, and just. I can see this being the in between.
Okay.
He has the red and yellow, and before he gets to his actual full red, he had one that was. We put a little bit of the red. We didn't finish dyeing everything, and these are the exposed plates that'll go underneath. And he just took that and the helmet and a black helmet because he had to go and do something real quick.
I can see
You
that.
see that being the case.
Yeah.
Question:
Answer.
This show happens before Cap or after Cap? Brave New World.
It depends because this show happened seemingly directly after Echo. So wherever they put Echo, this follows it. So that's it. It's in that range.
So one can argue that something about this show has to be in Cap.
I guess, but this is street level shit, and Cap is not dealing with street level shit.
I hear you, but what if Harrison Ford mentions Kingpin? Fisk. He's like, oh, we got this thing. I already got Fisk's vote or some shit like that. If Fisk is gonna be mayor.
They could, but I'm gonna tell you right.
Be like, you want somebody running around saving the country when you got a guy like Fisk running the fucking New York City?
I can see that.
I can see that, except Fisk kind of did a good job in the comics. I mean, he was doing a lot of shady shit underneath, but he seemingly did a good job. And you don't want to sit there and be like, what? You want a piece of shit who's running New York correctly to fucking be like that'd kind of be weird. But I will tell you this. In the comics, Daredevil and Fisk seldomly ever fucking get mentioned by the Avengers. Like, I think at this point, you can count how many times Quake has been part of the Avengers team, and it's more than Daredevil.
Because
Like,
Daredevil
he
doesn't leave
stays-
New.
Yeah, he does not fucking venture out far unless some shit happens.
Like he's the one of them. He's like, you go to space and kill aliens. When they come here, I'll fuck them up.
Yeah, because he's more concerned. He's literally more concerned. Like, yeah, you're gonna worry about aliens up there. Cool. This dude just fucking stole this bitch's purse.
I need to punish him. So, Brave New World comes out in December?
No, Brave New World actually comes out in the beginning of next year. Maybe February, March?
Okay.
February, March, or April. I'm going to look it up right now.
And Blade is still...
Huh.
Blade is still fucking
Blade, a
money.
character of the Marvel comic book. No. Well, I'm lying. Blade was just in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep,
That's
that
that's
is what we're getting as Blade.
That's his movie, man.
We are gonna,
He's like,
we're gonna get an
February
actual.
14th.
Okay, we're gonna get an
Now-
actual ending to the Wesley Snipes Blade before we get this movie.
Yo, I just can't wait to see who they replace Mahershala Ali with, because by the time they start filming this shit, he's gonna be 87 years old.
They're gonna get Wesley. They're gonna be like, "Hey, Wesley, you still want to do this?" And motherfuckers are still gonna be trying to ice skate uphill.
word.
Yo, at this point, motherfuckers are gonna be trying to use their rollator to get uphill. So
My man gonna be like, Wesley Snipes, passenger 57. What?
my Wesley Snipes, passenger 57. Oh, you mean in the sky ramps? Like, no, we used to have airplanes, motherfucker. So February 14th, 2025, next year, that's Cap, Brave New World. That used to be a place you send movies to die. Can anybody tell me why that's no longer the case?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Wakanda Forever.
No.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
No.
Toy Story 4.
Deadpool 1.
Deadpool 1.
Deadpool was put in February.
First shot.
Deadpool was put in February and changed the way people look at when you can put a movie that's going to be a blockbuster. Because it literally used to be that the summer blockbuster season was in June, July, August, maybe a little bit of September. And then they moved some shit, and now it's in May. Now people are saying it starts in fucking April. But February should be a good time. Little to no competition as far as I'm aware of.
And come on, who doesn't want to take their Valentine's date to go see Captain America?
Fuck that. These women better be paying for us.
Yo.
It's 2025.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Ray.
Okay.
You don't pay for a woman in the MCU.
Unless
Look at Ray's face.
I find somebody who's a bigger comic book fan than I am. I don't give a shit if this comes out on Valentine's Day. Exactly. I'm not taking my fucking date to see it. You're not ruining my experience because you don't know what the fuck's happening.
Facts.
Yeah, I took an ecstasy to see.
And that's why she's an ex.
Yo, look.
That's
look
why
at
she's an ex, Ray.
Motherfucker, Ray, you out here taking ecstasy to movies?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Ruining shit. She want to
No.
come, she pay for it, and we get separate movie theaters.
Now, hold on, Ray. Did you take somebody you were dating to see that movie and
Yes.
they then became your ex, or did you take an ex?
No. I was dating the person at the time, but I took her to see the movie.
What movie?
Endgame.
And that's
No
why
wonder
she broke
Cabs
up
don't
with
like
you.
it.
Wait,
No
what?
wonder Cabs don't like movie Endgame.
Damn.
You ruined it.
And what was that, Cap? I didn't.
Wait, Endgame was in February?
No. Oh wait, no. I just took it on a date in general. It
That's
wasn't
even
around.
worse.
Yeah.
That's even
So-
worse.
And she broke up with you after Endgame?
No.
Yeah, because she didn't see fucking Infinity War.
What's your comic book fan?
Yes.
What comic?
She was a fan of the comics. What do you want? me to say?
Which one? Is she this supposed to be your girl? You're supposed to know everything about it. What comic?
This is why she's in
Well,
that.
I mean,
I didn't know everything.
yeah, we clearly see why this is next. He don't know nothing about. I'm gonna ask you a two-part question, Ray. One,
What month February is in?
wait. One, did she have a name?
Yeah.
Two, do you know that name?
Yes.
And 3, is it Gloria Estefan?
No. She was not part of the Miami Sound Machine.
So you're saying the one girl that is acceptable to take to a movie
Yes.
about Marvel,
Yes.
you didn't even take. You
I-
took someone else.
Wait, Gloria
I'm out.
Estefan is the one that you take to a Marvel movie?
I mean, shit. If you get a chance, you take Gloria wherever the fuck she says to go.
Come on, shake your body, baby. Do that conga. Who else is shaking their fucking body doing conga? Everybody's twerking now. Fucking bitch. Did you see, Ray? You always turn all conversations into women hating conversations. This one is supposed to be about everybody. We're supposed to be talking about the EGBGs.
The what?
The heebie-jeebies.
No, the LGBTQ plus community. And I feel like there's more letters to that now after everything, but I don't know what the other letters
Even
are.
fucking Cap can't stand you, Ray.
Damn.
No, I can't stand you.
Ray.
No.
The LGBTQ plus multiplication sign.
No, there is supposed to be more letters to it now.
No, there is.
But that's what the plus is for. Is that not?
I don't know.
But it's plus and then more letters. They added the letters after the plus. It's like etc. and you keep going. We need bread, salami, ham, etc., cheese, mayonnaise. Don't forget the tomatoes, etc. And I forgot scissors. Put the scissors on the list.
I am so sorry. I just had.
Oh,
I just
okay.
got a
So
picture
no,
in my
yeah,
head.
it is more. So it's the full part of the LGBT is LGBTQQIP2SAA.
Okay. I just got a picture in my head of LGBTQ plus QAARP squared equals unity. That's what I got.
No, the plus is no longer there when you say the full thing. But if you shorten it down, that's when they say the LGBTQ plus. But then it's, if you want to say the full thing, take out the plus, and it's LGBTQQIP2SAA.
Did you just hack into somebody's fucking network?
I don't know.
Yo, Alexa's
somebody
around
their
the
IP
world are
address?
going crazy now. You have full control.
This is the full.
Jarvis.
This
Yo,
is supposed to
alright.
be the very pro episode, and we're laughing.
No, this is us telling you that fucking Marvel and DC do this shit.
Hold on. This is a pro episode because two things. One, I'm full on support. Whatever you want to, whatever letter you happen to be, I'm full on support for you. I honestly think that the sexuality that makes the most sense, and again, not that everybody is, and I'm definitely not, but out of, if you're only thinking men and women, right? Take all the other ones out of it. The only thing that really makes sense is bisexuality, because you can either be attracted to one, the other, or all.
Yeah.
That makes fucking perfect sense to me. So, and two, I am pro because I rag on you because we're peoples.
Yeah.
So I'm not disparaging. It's just little ragging because that's what the fuck we do.
Yeah.
Because you rich.
I'm not. I wish I was.
Shit.
If I were rich, why would we still be doing this podcast on a program?
You don't share the wealth, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't understand what you were saying. All I heard was you just say, I'm not, but I wish I was. It's like, wait, what are we talking about?
No, yeah.
He was one of the twos.
No, I said I wish I was rich. And I was like, if I was, why would we still be doing this like this?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you was rich, we wouldn't be call you Ray. We call you Rich. That'd be your name. I only got 5 words for the LGBTQ. You do you, boo-boo. Yeah. But anyway, listen. This is not only about them. This is about everyone that thinks they need some kind of representation in the MCU or in comics or something like that.
Are we getting into that discussion? So hold on.
It is now time for the main event discussion of the episode.
Question. Do you have a voice that's a little more friendly? Like,
It is now time for the main
no,
event
come on, that's pandering.
Yeah.
That's pandering. Come on.
You know
now.
better than that, Ray.
It is now time for the main event discussion of the episode.
Okay, I see a little dragon there. All right.
It is now time for the main event discussion of the episode.
Wow, that sounded like a female. Oh man, what the fuck is that Decepticon that had the cassette opened up? And he,
Shockwave?
I know what
Soundwave.
you're talking about.
You
Soundwave.
gotta be like this, rain.
We're discussing
Gotta make it sound like this, rain.
Now, for $10, can anybody for a fictitious $10? Because I'm broke, I'm not Ray. Can anybody tell me where this is from?
It all are one.
Oh, that damn it, the autocorrect fucked it up. I don't think can I change this while I'm up here? Or no?
Yeah, I could change it.
Put till. The thing is, my keyboard, since I don't have an actual keyboard, it's on screen. The autocorrect pops up automatically, so I don't notice it as I'm typing.
So all are one.
So all are one. I brought it. I put this because not only, again, trying to bring unity amongst everybody and anybody here.
I feel like it was a mantra. Till all are one.
Yeah.
Till all are one.
And I wasn't going to bring it up, but then something happened just now that I was like, oh, this is a perfect time to bring this up because of where this is from.
Not My Hero.
Nope.
Is it from the MCU?
Nope.
One Piece?
Twilight.
Huh?
One Piece?
No, it's not an anime.
Oh, I was like, it feels like it was a One Piece thing.
The Purge.
This is that part we just look it up because.
Transformers.
Oh.
Till all are one. Yo, which is funny because I wasn't gonna bring it up, and then you guys started doing the Transformers voices.
I didn't know I had that voice either. I just started pressing the different sound effects. That was funny. What'd I do?
You know what?
What was the wow for?
Bringing a woman to the fucking movie theaters to watch a Marvel. Anyway.
Yo, it's funny. The one girl I did date, we made an agreement that if it was a movie that she was into but I wasn't, or vice versa, that I was into that she wasn't, we did not have to bring the other one to that movie. We could have just went and go watch it and then met up after. So that is the number one reason why I've never seen any of the Twilights.
Grace saw all of them twice. And he bring a girl to see.
Yeah, he was the one who brought it. That's the problem.
No, I did have to go see 2 of those though.
Cause you a punk. You can't force me to do some shit I don't want to do.
Well,
unless it's hang out with family.
Yeah.
Hey man, I was young and yeah.
So it was last week, huh?
Yep.
She was old enough to know, That that was the song.
Huh?
The song.
No, I know it's the song. I'm just saying that's just unnecessary phrasing.
So time for the discussion here. What direction are we taking this?
One Direction.
So all right. I got a few people to discuss.
I got something to discuss that's a moment in time. Well, 2 moments. One in the MCU and one in the comic books. and we could talk about those people first. I just wanted to mention is like people say there's no representation for their community in the comics, right? But in the comics, one of the tragedies we lived through was 9/11. And in both DC and Marvel, they both had their moments. And there was a Spider-Man the Amazing Spider-Man comic where he was basically in the rubble, and people were asking him, "Why didn't you stop this? Or why didn't you know?" And he's like, "We couldn't know." And how do you teach your kids about evil? And it's like, you know, evil looks like us. It's just the intention behind the face and shit like that. And how the only person that would understand how to deal with this would be Captain America because he lived through 2 tragedies in his life, and I didn't even want to live through one. You know, because I think it was Pearl Harbor that he was mentioning with Cap, or what other what
Well,
was
Cap would have been World War II, definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, so he's like, he was mentioning that, and you see all like even Dr. Doom was crying after all that tragedy and the Trade Center dropping, and you know they were talking about the president making that speech, and then the bad guy in the comic making the speech and all that other shit. And if you don't feel represented, and you lived during 9/11, and you lived in New York or just in America, that shit made you fucking feel like you was one of them, because that was a comic that was sympathetic to the time, but also something to uplift you to keep moving forward after something like this happened, where you would lose hope as to like, yo, this shit never happened to us, because usually the people who don't deserve the most tragedy are the ones that suffer the biggest tragedy, and the innocence is lost. You know, like he said it was the death of innocence and the death of the innocent was lost, what happened on that day and all that, because you see the little kid, like he was by a little kid, and the little kid is standing behind the car, and he's like, no, dad said I'm just gonna go in there to get something real quick. And then the kid realized, like, that building's down, dad ain't coming back. And even Spider-Man was like, how the fuck do I, like, like, how am I supposed to, deal with this kid? Like, so it's just, even in tragedy, comics are there.
Yeah.
Movies didn't want to touch it. TV shows didn't want to touch it. The news barely wanted to touch. Like, the only thing we heard about in the news was France was bombing, the Middle East, because that's what they said in the beginning of the shit of who attacked us. You know what I'm saying? And you have all the documentaries about the theories and all that other shit, but who was there? Who was there with us? Comics. You know what I'm saying? And for all of the heroes and even the villains to come together and be like, this was fucked up, and we'll be here today, tomorrow, and the day after. How do you not feel like you're represented? How do you not feel like you're a part of something when you have that strong of a message during that time? You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand when they go, oh, it's a comic book, it's for little kids. No, I don't see 50 Shades of Grey doing shit like that. I don't see fucking Harry Potter doing shit like that. I don't see fucking To Kill a Mockingbird doing some shit like that. Like, Romeo never came out out of fucking, tragedy and doing shit like this, where it's like, yeah, we're also with you. Comics is an extension of our lives that we live through cathartically.
Yeah.
And it's more for like Lay and Cap, because they read this shit like religiously. You know what I'm saying? And they know the stories and all that other shit. I'm watching Fantastic Four and the first movie, and it reminded me how connected I felt to the Thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the Thing is a rock. The Thing is literally a big ass giant orange rock.
Yep. And
I feel connected to him. That's a representation of how I feel. The Hulk with his anger. When I was a kid, I was always angry. Big giant green man who was originally supposed to be gray, but the newspaper turned him green, so they stuck with it. I feel represented through him. Lay feels represented through the Punisher. a white man that just goes around punishing people that deserve it. There is representation. Just because they might not be from where you're from or what they look like you, doesn't mean they can't represent you. So that's something I wanted to say in the beginning of this shit. But we could talk about what you guys have in this.
Oh, that shows though, because again, that is a representation. That again, it isn't talked about needing moments like that to really have that escapism, even in something like this, where it's like being able to discuss a tragedy like that. But you're right, not many people reflected on it or gave an actual discussion on it, just because it was such a shock that to have something like this where again you have so many just different fandoms in there and so many people that's like this gave you that moment of like it was comfort in a really uncomfortable situation,
Yeah.
So even for the time that it's like it's something to discuss. It's crazy. It was comics and wrestling because at least we got that SmackDown episode where they addressed it.
And also
Lillian
very
Garcia.
briefly, yeah. No, go ahead. Lillian Garcia.
Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem for me is right up there with Whitney and Chris Stapleton at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, if you want to talk about representation in the MCU, fucking Sam Wilson giving that speech at the end of Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because that whole series was about the blip. And the same time we was going through that blip in the MCU, we was going through COVID and the pandemic.
Yeah.
And what happened? The country got closer to each other when we needed it. The blip there was less people, more people became more civilizations, and they started growing again. And everybody got back in power that didn't know shit, and they were taking advantage of us. And Sam Wilson had to say the tough shit about him being Captain America, and the people that are ruling or the people that are making decisions for people that they don't even know and don't even know what they're going through, which was pretty much what we was going through. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you not consider that a representation either? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's representation everywhere, and the way you choose to live your life, Cap's gonna give you plenty of examples that other people in the comics choose to live their life the same way, but it's still, you can be any what you want. But when something like that affects you, we all get affected the same way. So, yeah.
Right, you want to just start in with your?
Yeah, I was making sure I got the name correctly because I know the character himself was Weaver, but Cooper Cohen, which they introduced in like 2019 as the first. Let me look at it, the best way they phrased it, because I was trying to find the actual way they again to represent was the first Marvel's first openly queer hero, the Web Weaver, which was Cooper Cohen. Sorry, my apologies. From Earth 71490.
Now, I'm gonna give you something that predates that, because you said 2019.
Yeah.
Right. So this is something that I knew about, but we weren't having that sort of discussion.
Yeah.
But we are now. So we had the discussion before where I was like, we should make heroes.
Yeah.
Instead of take heroes and make them and fit them into a box.
Yeah.
Right. So like Bobby Drake, who's Iceman.
Okay.
Since the inception, Bobby Drake has been a straight white dude. And then all of a sudden in the last few years, now he's been gay this whole time. And they had to retroactively go back and point out shit and like, oh, this here and look at this here and nah. All right, you just said 2019.
Yep.
First openly queer, right? Northstar is a mutant member of Alpha Flight from Canada. the Canadian team of like X-Force team.
Yep.
Made in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s by Chris Claremont. And I forget who the other writers are. He is the first openly gay character in Marvel and for the X-Men. He came out in 1992. So that right there, we have representation. We have a character. He's also Asian. So he's a minority. He's openly gay. He's happening in 1992. They allowed him. He married. This was a famous cover. This cover came out in February of 2017 when they legalized gay marriage. First thing Marvel did, put the cover. He's not only the first openly gay character, but the first gay marriage in Marvel. Right there. 1992 and 2 years preceding the guy you just brought up.
Yeah.
Or the
But I think, again, because of the phrasing, I guess, with the community, this was the first queer, which again, my apologies for not knowing, I guess, the
difference.
But yeah, the cover, I was trying to find the main cover of him. This is the one that keeps popping up. It was this one right here. So
you gotta focus it up a little bit.
Yeah, my apologies. Let me try to
Put it in front of your face.
Yeah, hold on. How about now?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have an openly queer character.
Yep.
We have an openly gay character.
Yep.
We have the big one that I have. I'll save towards the end. But for anybody who's sitting there going, okay, well, we have gay men or queer men. What about something else? Okay, one of the biggest ships, because I think that's where they shorten relationships to ships now, right? What the kids are fucking saying.
Yes.
One of the biggest ships in comics is Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Which Poison Ivy is a vastly better person for Harley Quinn, relationship wise, fucking mentality wise, and just on every metric, based on the other option being the Joker.
Yeah.
But even if the other option wasn't the Joker and the other option was just a normal person, Poison Ivy is still a better fit, and that relationship works so much better. And again, that all started in the 2010s. So you have representation there. There is, I'm not. When I was looking this up, there was a trans character, but the trans character is a little bit too new, and I couldn't find anything. This one piece of the pie, I couldn't find anything sooner. And I wanted to go and show that there's been representation. You just got to look for it. And my third example is a perfect retort to perfect example of what I was saying, and I'll get to that in a second here.
Yeah.
There was something that stopped Marvel from putting it out, but the original idea to have Nightcrawler's parents be Mystique and another woman, where Mystique was going to transform into a man and get the woman pregnant, and that was going to be Nightcrawler's parents.
Yeah,
so
Chris
now
Claremont wanted that originally.
Yeah. So now, wouldn't that be considered like non-binary?
Well, see, that's the weird thing. You could consider. I don't know how you could consider Mystique, because, I mean, by definition, her shape-shifting ability is both non-binary, because she can literally be whoever she wants to be.
Yeah.
And I guess you'd have
Destiny,
to say,
there you go. Yeah, that was the one.
You'd have to say transgender, because she has to transition.
Yeah.
from male presenting to female presenting
Yeah.
by nature of just shape shifting.
Yeah.
So there's a character there that you can consider. But then again, now I guess she could fit a whole bunch of things, which is something I wanted to bring up before I get to my thing. With representation, the X-Men have always been a fucking patchwork of, hey, we read these stories, we connect because I'm the nerd. I'm into shit that nobody else is into. I get ostracized. Well, nobody likes the X-Men. They're different. Hey, I'm a minority race, and everybody seems to be against me. Well, the X-Men come in, they're minority race.
Yep.
They get ostracized. Hey, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community, and I'm closeted, and I can't come out because my family will disown me or my friends will disown me, and I don't have a community. Well, the X-Men, hey, you have dormant powers that ignite during a fucking stressful moment during puberty, and now you have to be closeted because, especially in the early days, it wasn't cool to be a mutant. It wasn't acceptable to be a mutant amongst your friends and your family and all. So the X-Men right then and there from the beginning have been the route of inclusion, have been the route of representation. You can find, there's so many X-Men, you can find who you fucking represent, like who you attach to and who you align with. We did X-Men 97. And I had a favorite X-Men who was Warpath, just because I liked how cool he was and the powers and the history and blah, blah, blah. And then I found I connect with Nightcrawler. And I'm not religious, but his values and my values seem to align. And boom, I was like, yo, that's my guy. So, I mean, there is that representation, and that avenue for representation has been there since they started the X-Men. Sometimes thinly veiled, sometimes not so thinly veiled. I mean, X-Men 97, that finale with Charles and Eric Lencher, that was not thinly veiled. That was all at once. Hey, found family. Hey, bromance. Hey, maybe romance. Hey, marginalized community. Hey, mutant community. Hey, that was without preaching to us. Hey, do you see yourself in that? That was the big fucking mirror that was held up without preaching to us, going, hey, do you see yourself in here? Good, because we see you. And the big thing that I'll bring up now is in the early 2000s, Wildstorm and Image Comics came out, and they did a Wildstorm comic. So now, for everybody who's like, oh, and I want Batman to be gay, I want Superman to be gay, I want Captain America to be gay, I want all this other shit, right? I want Captain America and Bucky to be in a relationship, all that shit, right? When I say make your own characters, you want Superman and Batman to be gay? I got you. Wildstorm was a comic that was written by Jim Lee, who's now the head of DC. It had a whole bunch of other people too. They came up with a group of heroes called the Authority. In the Authority, they have a character called Midnighter, who is the most vicious version of Batman you'll ever see. He has the ability to, it's like precognition. He can predict your fucking movements in a fight. He's got a little bit of healing factor. He's got a little bit of augmented strength and all that shit. He is married to and deeply devoted to his husband, Apollo. Apollo is Superman. He has the flight, he has the speed, he has the strength, he has the eye blast, he gets his powers from the sun. Like these guys were experimented on and changed into these powers. They have been around from the start. Those two were openly gay, openly in a relationship. The amalgamation of Batman and Superman. And again, in the early 2000s, this shit happened. So then I hear you say, oh, but that's Image Comics. They're not part of the mainstream. Well, guess what? When the New 52 came out and Image got folded into DC, guess who came along? Midnighter and Apollo. And I'm going to show you what Midnighter looks like, because if you want to tell me,
Got you.
I was going to show this right here, but yeah, if you want to tell me this motherfucker is not the most badass looking, like, yo, if you can enlarge that,
I think I could get it.
Yeah, why is Google so weird now with enlarging images? Like, you used to be able to just open quick.
well, because you're not saying enhance. You gotta enhance, and then it somehow takes a fucking grainy picture and depixelizes it for you. But while Toad's looking up the thing, here are two characters that are now part of the major fold.
Yeah.
That are now in there's a run with Superman brought up the New Authority. These guys are in it. He brought them in. These guys have been around. And this is the thing. This is the thing why I brought up these guys, or these characters specifically. Because nobody has a problem with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
Yep.
Nobody has a problem with Midnighter and Apollo. Nobody has a problem with North Star. And you could say that besides Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, Apollo and Midnighter are not big enough for people to have a problem with. North Star is not big enough. Well, there's a double-edged sword. One, go support them then and make them big enough. Or two, that's a good thing. Because then you get to have characters that now you can endear yourself to, and you don't have to hear the extra bullshit from these idiots who are just trying to talk because they fucking can.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. But look at this. Look at the one here in the orange. Apollo and Midnighter here. These guys, happily fucking married couple. Matter of fact, this whole run is about their relationship and how people were trying to get at him. And Midnighter was like, nah, fuck that. You are not coming after Apollo. On some stupid shit. But look how fucking badass they look.
Yeah.
They're not played for jokes. They're not being disrespectful.
I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to representation in any form, be it race, religion, sexuality. It's always, are they doing it in a way that's trying to make fun of? And it's like comics or whatever will get critiqued because it's like, even if they do it in a way to support or to showcase, it's like, is it doing it in a way just to say they're supporting? It's like, so if they support, it's an issue. If they don't support, it's an issue. It's like, how do you also win in that battle, you know?
But you know what it is because they're making these characters to make these characters. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Cap just said Apollo or Midnighter is the most vicious version of Batman you will ever find.
Yeah.
And Moonnighter is fucking Apollo is Superman. I'm pretty sure they didn't go, we need a gay Superman and a gay Batman. They just said, why don't we have these guys as gay? Because that makes them different.
Yo.
Because you just compared them to Batman and Superman, but them being married to each other makes them completely different people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it comes out that he makes these guys for the purpose of making them. And look, now you have gay people here, as opposed to I'm just gonna make someone gay to appease you, because that's when he comes out looking like they're making fun of him.
That's when you get Iceman, where everybody turns around and goes, now he's been this the whole time, despite this relationship and that relationship and this, where you have North Star from the beginning. From the fucking beginning. Yo, again, I just showed the bloody version of him. How would you not look at that and go, oh my God, that motherfucker's badass? Like, nobody can make fun of you.
Yeah, he looked like Daredevil.
Yeah, nobody can make fun of you. It's like, oh, you like Midnighter? Like, yo, Midnighter will kick the shit out of everybody in the goddamn room. And I first read this comic from Image when I was on my Navy ship. Vacuuming the chapel, they had a whole bunch of graphic novels, and this was there. And I tell you, reading it firsthand, they first introduce you to the characters. And I was like, yo, Midnighter's the fucking man. I was like, Midnighter's dope. And then you get into it, and then I found out, oh, him, okay, him and Apollo, okay. But that goes to show you the way they wrote him and the way they wrote the North Star, their characterization is not just, hey, these are members of the LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're full-fledged people who then get added on that they're also members of that community.
Gotcha.
I'm telling you, if you read the Authority, you'd be like, yo, these guys are fucking awesome. And then you get the reveal, okay, added on top of that, they also represent a different community.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I say, like, it's one of those where even in that scenario, people still complain. Because look at one of the characters I was going to bring up, especially when it comes to representation now, and even cinema, was Blue Beetle. How much they complained about, oh, this is just to please and say they have a Latin representation. And it's like, so we can't be happy to see a lot of things that even if he wasn't just seeing the family values side of things, that it's like, how can you not relate to this even if you aren't Hispanic or Latino, you know?
Yeah.
But people still, again, berated that.
I mean, shit, the most relatable character in the MCU has to be a teenage white boy named Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yo, Stan Lee made Spider-Man's costume full body because he fucking said anybody could have been under that mask. Meaning that you could put yourself under that mask.
Yep.
And
this mask here is different.
Yeah.
Not anybody could just put on this mask.
Yeah.
Because of when you put on this mask, what you have to uphold your standards to is different. Right? But a young kid who sees a neighborhood in trouble has the ability to do something, puts on the mask. Anybody can put on that mask and do it and stand up the way he does.
Yep.
But with just a few examples here, I hope that I've shown that not only is there representation out there, it's been out there for a while, and I've given you baseline characters.
Yeah.
Baseline characters that you can go to and start jumping down the rabbit hole and start with characters that are not going to get lambasted by idiots, that are not going to get shit talked by fucking morons. Let's say that instead of the other word.
Yeah. Leave that to Wesley Snipes and Wolverine and Deadpool.
I swear to God, every time I see that clip, I laugh my ass off when he says it.
Yeah. No, Ryan Reynolds' reaction to it was even funnier though. Just like, oh my God. That dialogue is great. But no, this is the thing to show, because I know instantly when it comes to the fandom and it comes to nerds and all that, they quickly to be like, oh, there's pushback and there's pushback. It's like, no, again, you see that people can have that support and be accepted and merge it into this fandom as well. And it's one of those where, again, it shouldn't feel like, oh, this. It's like, no, there is room and space for everyone, you know?
I'm going to point this out. This is the weird irony of this whole situation, right? You have, as far as my knowledge, I don't believe the guys who created Midnighter and North Star and Apollo, I don't believe any of them were part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't really look up the personal lives of the artists because it's their personal life. It doesn't matter, right? But you see how they handled their characters. And I just showed you Midnighter looks fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Apollo
badass.
looks fucking dope as shit.
Yeah.
Right? North Star always has his shit from Alpha Flight. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy look awesome.
Yeah, it's like you've seen the characters, you know how crazy they look.
Then you get characters like this guy, who's part of Captain America's crew, who is part of the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
And now, do I have a problem with him being a Captain America and being gay? Not at all. But look at Midnighter and look at this dude. This is like representation wise. This is something that if he wasn't gay, I would look at this and go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I just told you, you can't just give anybody this fucking mask.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's in overalls.
I was about to say, it also feels like, and again, it might not have been in that taste, but it feels like almost late the instant what idiots look at and be like, oh, that has to be a gay person, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what they thought up with the idea that it's like, how do we make this character look gay? And it's like the little things, like in most movies, like you used to tell the only thing they would do to make a character gay, it's like they
Bright
walk a
colors.
certain way and they would talk a little more with that. Yeah, it's like, have you ever saw an actual gay person? Like that's not how it.
The reason I bring that up is because
speaking of gay people.
Y'all motherfuckers trying to keep me out. Fuck y'all.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
I'm back. I don't give a shit.
My man got a haircut and everything.
Oh shit! Look at that, looking fresh y todo.
Yo, I didn't even realize you didn't have a hat on.
Damn. Let me get
No, you got a big ass wall of something playing in the background that I'm looking at.
my big ass forehead. I'm sorry.
Wow, you don't no hablo inglés, huh?
No, not at all. Not one fucking word.
So to finish my thought, the reason I brought him up is because I just showed you, or I just talked about what 4 or 5 characters in which you cannot fucking dispute.
Yeah.
Well written, well developed, part of the community, almost bulletproof. And then you have something like that where I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read that character. I don't know how it's written. But on the outset, it looks like pandering.
Yeah.
And
that looks like they made that character for the sake of making a gay character.
Yeah. That's the problem that plagues this new rush of LGBTQ characters. Is that to the people who are going to talk shit, it's a little too obvious so they can immediately point something out. To the people who who are not going to talk shit, it looks like pandering. It looks like they just gave you guys something for the sake of it. Like, here, take this shit.
Yeah.
Perfect example. I gotta look it up. What the fuck's her name? Starfire, DC character from the Titans. Yeah. Let me find.
Cartoon.
No, because this
Wait,
is
because the HBO version, right? You talking about the Titans? With the played by the black girl,
yeah.
the alien.
So this is that's Starfinder, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I bring this up. This is why I pick my examples and not that Captain America, right? Because this is Starfinder. Everybody likes her. She's been in part of the Titans, a part of blah 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 blah. Right? This is her daughter.
Ursula.
Yeah, you see how the comments already come in, right?
Yeah.
Looks like they just placated. They just made a less attractive, more full-figured girl, right?
Yeah.
Looks like placation. I know for a fact that she's actually a well-written fucking character. I actually read some of her shit and saw reviews from some people who read DC more than I do. And she's actually a good character. And when you actually get to read it, she's a character that people actually like.
So I
right
heard
off the bat, right off rip, we had a comment.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Because it doesn't come. It's not coming across.
Yeah, it's character first.
the
It's
intent.
coming. Yeah. So now, I was doing research and this guy was saying that Robin, I think it was Garrett or Drake.
So there's Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake. Then there was Jason Todd. Then Damian.
Okay, so I think Tim Drake, where he was always bisexual and then he came out as bisexual and then there was talks about him and Superboy were in
him
a
and Superboy were
relationship.
pretty close.
And then like how he lost his parents, but when Superboy died, he was obsessed with cloning Superboy and bringing him back. Like it was one of those things where they didn't say that they were a couple, but they sure as hell did not say they were a couple. But he he's openly bisexual.
That's it. There you go. That's another one where you can look at where the character is almost bulletproof because Tim Drake is. Well, we know Dick Grayson is probably the best sidekick / his own hero Batman has ever mentored.
And that's Nightwing.
But Tim Drake is the best Robin. So, I mean, if you take the character seriously enough and don't shoehorn, well, I don't know how people perceive that, to be honest, because that obsession shit kind of seems a little bit like a little, bridge too far.
Yeah.
But, hey, again, Robin, Superboy, the Batman, Superman shit. If you want it in spades, which a natural progression, Midnighter and fucking Apollo. Oh, and this is another fucking thing about it. These guys are not known. Like, the biggest thing about the Authority was not the fact that they had 2 gay members in it. The biggest thing about the Authority is their fucking brutality. And it led to Midnighter is directly linked to being an inspiration to Billy the Butcher.
From the boys.
The boys take massive inspiration from the fucking Authority. All these superheroes all these shows, Incredible. All these shows where now the superheroes have a darker edge and they're more violent and all that shit stems from them.
Shit.
They were the originators. So highly influential fucking characters, staple characters. That, I mean, come on now, they're there. Nobody fucking says shit about these guys. And again, I'm using guys as just a pejorative term, just
Yeah.
a catch-all. Nobody says anything about them. And I think it's actually better the fact that they're not as well known, because again, you get to go in on the ground floor and build your base and build your love for them and find yourself with them before you have to hear bullshit from all sides.
Yeah, it's like how we talked about earlier with the Agatha show, that it's like there is no preconceived notions about it and nothing to have already scrutiny on this, that it's like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing to already disposed, that it's like, let's put this hate before there's any positives, you know?
Yeah.
Because truth be told, this is the one show where people can turn around and we can have this discussion where you watch the trailer and you go, huh, that looks fucking cool. Great, watch it. You watch the trailer and you go, huh, not that interesting. Cool, don't watch it. You have people go, who the fuck asked for this character? And we can turn around and go, good, go do something else, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Go, if you didn't ask for this character, then don't fucking even get the fuck out of here. Let everybody else watch this shit. And then once the normies determine if the show's good or not, then you come back in and fucking do whatever you're gonna do. But
that's one thing people forget, that they have the
what
freedom
the
to not watch. The freedom to not watch a show.
You're about to get us fucking copywritten with all this shit. We can't show over the top and the core.
It's only the title. We gonna get sued for the title.
Yo, who knows what the fuck?
Yeah, YouTube be
you know the title, you fired.
Yo, but no,
dude,
it's the
do you
situation.
have a big ass TV or is that your wall?
He has a projector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
The
that.
one
You
that
got
we didn't watch
fucking-
SummerSlam on.
Wait, hold on. You have that shit and you didn't watch SummerSlam on that?
Nope.
Ray said no. He didn't want to move. He didn't want to. He didn't want to move from the table. My wife had to kick him out. Ray was acting up. He wanted burgers.
So because I'm being nice, because there was more people downstairs show. That's why I was like, no, we good.
Nah, we kicked the motherfucker out. You guys are the fucking guests. They was here.
I didn't think that was it.
Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm like, when we going downstairs? And it turned out we wasn't.
Wow, so you had to watch You had to watch SummerSlam on somebody's phone, huh?
Yeah, yo, he had a 27-inch tube TV. That he picked up off the garbage 10 years ago.
Yo, you watch SummerSlam like Chris Claremont making North Star in fucking 1991.
Yep.
Basically. You know, he has that monstrosity downstairs.
It was having fun.
And he got the bootleg shit, so somebody was drawing the matches while it was happening, and he's just flicking the papers and shit.
And somehow Pat McAfee was still calling it, but it was
Yeah.
basically.
I gotta rewatch that again. I don't really hear it. I gotta listen to it.
Maybe because you were sleeping during some of the matches.
And don't tell nobody. I was facing the TV so y'all couldn't see me.
He learned.
It's hard to not see someone do this show.
Damn, man.
Yo, the fucked up thing was that at one point, Hutch is knocked out on the recliners like this.
Yeah.
And Show is legit sitting on a regular chair like this.
I mean, we all knocked out. Fuck it. If we gonna sleep in my house, I'm gonna sleep in my house too.
If we knocked out is a whole different story.
Pacing the TV to show off that fade. Yo, word.
Yeah.
Girls know what the business is.
Yo, facts. It is fresh though. It is fresh. That nice.
I got my hairline back for 2 days, Chris.
Yo,
but you know what
shows up in that Google search.
You know what the thing is though. If we're gonna get to this now.
Yeah.
Now pivoting to Star Wars. Now Star Wars itself, we don't have an issue with there's so many creatures and aliens and all that shit. But with the showrunner and the lead actress wanting to be representation for that community, just because you're there doesn't mean your representation. Your representation has to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like Fifth Element, Chris Tucker was a representation of a black man, and everyone hated him in that movie because of the way he portrayed the black man in that movie. Now you're telling me that if you come out with garbage, you're still proud to be represented? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You tell me.
That's like
a Puerto Rican guy in there.
That's like the NBA turn around and go, well, due to legalization, we need somebody that's around 5'2", that's under 5'6" to be in the league. So we got this guy here. He can't shoot, he can't dribble, he can't pass, but he needs to be on the court 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes a game. That's not someone I want representing me.
When you have Spud Webb and Muggsy Bogues to fucking draw from.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Now, we're talking about real life here. Like, you could be proud of who you are, but also remember, you have to be good at what you do. It wasn't enough for Muhammad Ali to sit there and be the greatest boxer in the world. But he was representing the people that thought that the war was fucked up and all, and then he went through all that. Like, he stood there and took it and still was one of the best boxers in the world. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King represented the dream, like, for freedom for us. And he stood there, and why do we talk about him? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fucking Rosa Parks. I'm pretty sure other people was like, I'm not getting out of the seat. But they said it and then got up and left. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be representation of a whole culture if you suck at what you do.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to be the joke of it.
Yeah. I mean, we've said this. We've said this a lot. But to piggyback off what Toad's saying, the gayest Star Wars show ever. Okay. The only gay thing about this is the witch coven.
Yeah.
And they all get taken out and killed like they're nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't write that.
Nope.
Cis fucking white men and cis fucking Spanish men didn't write that shit. Then the lead actress who wants to talk about is the gayest Star Wars show ever. Really? Because it kind of looked like a straight woman looked at a straight man's dick when he came out of the lake, and it ended with the straight people looking off into the sunset together.
Mm-hmm.
So if the writers and the actress wanted to bump up representation, they failed. They failed you. We didn't have nothing to do with that shit. Even the people who had the biggest fucking problem with Star Wars being gay had nothing to do with the failure of the writer to convey her shit correctly.
Yep.
And it's the thing of saying it in that way, that it's like, oh, we're going to make this, and then you have no proper representation in a sense.
Yeah, because
it's like at this point you're adding little notes here and there that it's like, okay, that's been done before. You said you were going to do this, so people are expecting you to have representation done in a way that it's tasteful, not just we're hiding it, but it's there. It's like,
you know what? You know what's funny, Ray?
But
there's a legend that people admire to this day. They still read his speeches. His lines from movies get quoted everywhere. I don't know if people know him in your age, but his name is Bruce Lee.
Who?
And he created a TV show that would have later on been starred by David Carradine in Kung Fu. But the reason why he created the TV show is because all of the representation for the Asian man were jokes. Oh, sorry. They were always stupid. They were always doing some shit like that. They had the hat. They were always the joke, the butt of the conversation.
and
What's up, Liam?
sometimes played by white dudes.
Yeah. And this is where he goes, we need representation. So what are we doing? We're showing you that a man that's his color, that his race can be just as good, or if not better than the rest of the world. That
Yeah.
he's not a joke. Then he starred in The Green Hornet as Kato.
Yep.
Became a very big movie star in China and came back and they translated into America.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's where representation comes from. Where the representation we're getting is wrong. And the representation for these people with Star Wars, it wasn't that the representation in the show was wrong. It was the fact that you thought because you gave us bullshit, that was enough.
Yeah. But just again, it felt almost like they forced it when this is what you promised, and you forced your own. Again, you can write what you could have. You're the creator here. You have the pencil. Do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, we
Like-
brought it up. Since you're talking about this, we brought it up last time, in which
What up, Liam?
Leslie Headland said that benignly sexist Soul was. But again, not only did you write it, but now you're telling me that if I see a spot, so this is what you're telling me, right? If I see a kid who is going through the foster system, having a rough go, and I'm like, and I have a family of my own, and me and my wife look at this child and go, you know what? We could provide a better life for this child, and we adopt. You're telling me now, because I'm trying to give this kid a better life, that if this kid is a female, I'm benignly sexist for trying to give a better life. That's what Soul was trying to do.
Yeah. How dare
So
you?
at first, Soul was like, yo, I could train this girl to be a Jedi. She wanted to go. The mom was supposedly going to let her do it. But then it became well, shit. Everything fell apart. I need to make sure that this girl has the best life possible. How is that any type of sexist?
Yeah, that doesn't add up at all.
But again, when it's shoehorned,
Swing and a miss.
What the fuck is a shoehorn?
Are you trying to kill a fly in there? What are you doing?
Being told. We saw a little bit.
This is a shoehorn.
Ah, okay.
You put this in between your heel and the shoe, and it slides right in. That way you don't mess up your shoe.
My
And what I
grandfather
did was I
used to
took a
have
swing, Ray, and I missed the ball completely. Swing
I,
and a miss on her part.
I thought legit you were trying to kill something, but with that motion, I was like,
yeah, dude, your swing and a miss looks no different than your swinging out of net.
yeah, that's what I thought. You were trying to kill a net. That's what I was like.
Most of the time when I'm swinging that net, I miss. So,
Word. So
But again, the way they do that and they critiqued it, look at the movie right behind Show's fucking head right now. How much there's actual notes, and again, in a tasteful manner that they do certain things for representation, people still complain.
because at this point, people just want to fucking complain. People
Yeah.
just need to complain about something, and I think it's because they think it's cool.
Which is again why I picked my specific fucking characters, because they're characters you cannot complain about.
Not even Show could complain about them.
Nope.
my fault for interrupting you earlier. I had a question for you. Would you be upset to be misrepresented in the Puerto Rican vicinity?
Sure. So, who's that question for?
For both. I mean, you both Puerto Rican.
Because
All
I'm
three
going to
of
tell
us
you something
are.
right now. To the outside world, Vince Puerto Rican.
Mhm.
To the outside world, I cannot be misrepresented. You have behind you 2 motherfuckers that look like me. They didn't misrepresent me at all.
A red-faced man.
Well, I mean, come on now.
Do you even though you look like that, you don't associate. I don't associate as black. He just gave me the you are black.
No, I was like, aren't you Dominican?
Yeah, but black
why
and
would you-
Spanish is not the same.
Huh?
Black and Spanish is not the same.
No shit. This is why I was perplexed when you came up with I don't associate myself with shit I'm not. Like,
No, but I don't look Spanish. That's what I'm saying. I look more black. You making it seem like you associate with what you look.
I said to the outside world.
Mm.
To somebody who doesn't know me, I cannot, without explanation, just come out and be like, I've never been represented.
I got you.
Right?
I got you. You're prejudged in a good way.
Yeah.
Kinda.
But I'll answer your question this way. Having Pedro Morales and now Damian Priest, world champions in the WWE, 2 Puerto Rican men, one born and raised in the Bronx, another one from New York as well in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
That's something that I get to hang my hat on. When people turn around like, oh, I am Puerto Rican. When people find out, it's like, hey, there's people that I can, look up to if I go that route. But again, I'm the worst person to ask because I don't bond with this man because we're both white with blue eyes. Because we're both 5'4" originally and from New York. I don't bond with him because of that. I bond with him because of his ideals, what he stands for, what I stand for, how I was raised. There's shit that was instilled in me. We align on certain things. I just said before, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is one of my favorite. I will say it again, I am not religious, but we share similar fucking values that I bonded with. I read Midnighter and Apollo and The Authority. I was like, yo, Midnighter is so fucking cool. Again, not part of the community, but I liked his character. I found something to bond with that character.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not one that, again, I'm not one that has to be, that has to be big on seeing myself on screen for 2 reasons. 1, again, I bond with characteristics, and 2, everybody on fucking screen looks like me. Blue eyes is one of the rare eye colors. The only eye color that's rarer than blue eyes is green and violet. And yet every fucking movie has somebody with blue eyes in it. So if you go by movies, I'm overrepresented.
Yeah. Yeah, and I made the distinction once. I was like, yo, can you not be a lead actress without having blue eyes?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel like they really like, oh, we're gonna make sure you have blue eyes. Even if you don't naturally, we're gonna give you context. Or we're gonna color correct.
Alba.
They gave Jessica Alba fucking blue eyes in
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
You can be, but they'll see you beating on your girlfriend and take it away from you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I said he asked if you gotta have blue eyes. I was like, you could be something different. They'll just record you beating on your girlfriend and take it away from you.
Wait, who asked that?
Hold on.
So
First off, you're saying that as if the act of recording the beating is the problem.
But I don't think Jonathan Majors not having blue eyes was the reason that occurred.
No. They did say if he had blue eyes, they wouldn't have recorded shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was saying. You got to the point. He might have still had a job if he had blue eyes. No offense. You really, from what I seen and what he did, I don't think it was crazy, but I feel like he was a little forceful.
It wasn't crazy. He got fucked up by the Rafael Palmeiro defense.
Mm.
This motherfucker stood up and was like, I never did shit except for this. Okay, this one thing I did. But I never, like, that's what fucked him up.
How dare you?
He sat
Even
up there and was like,
insinuate.
I am innocent. I got the tape to prove I'm innocent. Ignore me pushing this bitch. Because everything else shows me that I'm innocent.
Legit, it was like I never did any of this, but in this tape right here, I might have done this, but don't worry, I never did anything else.
Yeah, that's what
This
got him
tape
fucked up.
proves I didn't punch her. I did everything else too, but I didn't punch her.
Jesus, like, nah, man, that was clear as day. Yeah, you done, my guy. Like, no, that is nowhere near acceptable. But also as the other Puerto Rican, because apparently I'm not Puerto Rican to show.
You got blonde hair.
Sure,
That don't count.
I said you was Puerto Rican.
Right, I left you out.
Well, technically, that
I
was
left
his.
you out of the talk because I know where you are.
No, but it was funny because I know Show forgot because it's like for the two Puerto Ricans, and I'm like, wait, I'm not Puerto Rican.
Talk Spanish, so it's a little difficult.
No, bro, trust me. The
And
amount of times,
the more Spanish you are, the less Puerto Rican you are to show, Ray.
yeah,
Puerto Rican is American. Stop playing.
And we're a Commonwealth.
True.
That's $80 billion in debt to America.
I'm a Spaniard.
AKA
I'm
slavery.
from Spain.
That's crazy. They'll never pay us back. I don't think we
Yeah,
want you.
we're a slave ship.
Go ahead, Ray. My bad.
it is it's not something that's like necessity, but to me, I do appreciate when you just see even Hispanics in general being done in a way that it's like that it's representation instead of the token Hispanic, you know?
Well, yeah,
It's always cool to see that instead of just, well, here comes Hector again for the 500th time, which again, no slouch to that guy because that guy's put in work. But it's just like, yo, how many times do we have to use the same guy and make him Hector? Like, come on. Even in fucking Mayans, I think that was the one time he didn't play Hector. He was something else in that show.
He was Jose.
But it was the same guy playing the same type of character.
But now, on the flip side, to the one that grew up the other, because as much as people want to joke about how light my skin got when I was young, I was about 2 shades lighter than you, Show.
Yo, you sit this motherfucker in the dark and you look like
No,
like
yeah, no. Listen, I grew up the other. I mean, like my best friend looks like Cap and Ray, and I couldn't even read a book before he could.
Okay,
and this was in second grade. I'll never forget it. And when I see movies as a kid, like The Substitute or Dangerous Minds, I'm like, oh, these guys are cool because, you know, they're tough or whatever. And, you know, it's like, oh, they're teaching them. But as an adult now, it's like the only representation I ever had was a criminal that can't read or a drug dealer that gets his ass whooped by a pussy ass white boy. Like that was our future. That was what we was in the movies for. Because even in West Side Story, they said they were Puerto Rican, but they were Greeks playing them.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have anyone like us playing our roles in a positive way, right? But then you watch stuff now and it's like overcompensating, and you start seeing like John Leguizamo when he's in a serious role, he's always the business guy, the one that sold out and left the block and all that other shit, and you realize, wait a minute. That was our goal.
Yeah.
Our goal was always to not live in the hood and be in a better situation for ourselves. And John Leguizamo was the guy that was in that role that was chastised by the rest of the people that never made it out.
You know what's funny? He became that guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't like John Leguizamo because he made it.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to stay in the hood? I never understood that.
Bro,
and that's the thing.
That is the thing, yeah.
And that's what's crazy, because it's like, you know, you watch This Is Us, and you have the 3 twins, and one of them is black because the other one didn't make it. They adopted him. But I'm not sitting here going, well, how come there isn't no Spanish representation on the show? right? Because the show is whatever. But when you go to the hood with his father, you start seeing it.
There we go.
But it like we're on the bus because we got to get to work. There's an old lady, old mom, got to get to work to go feed a kid. She's a maid or she's working at a diner or some shit like that. It's almost like we can't be in any better situation in the public eye than just a fucking servant.
We can't be the lawyer.
Or drug, yeah. Or if you're a guy, you're mowing lawns, or you're not living past fucking 22 years old.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Judge.
And that's the representation we get, but that's the representation we shouldn't be getting. Because as a matter of fact, in real life, there are people that are not fucking drug dealers, that are not fucking, maids and all this shit. Like, are we struggling? Yeah. But look at shows. He's a fucking Spanish man making good money, working where he's working.
Yep.
I'm not, I live past 20.
All four of us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like I don't have 12 kids that I don't know about. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Right. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Joke, I do not
when
actually have 200 and something kids.
But when we get there, what's happening? Maria Menounos, the Nick Lachey's wife, Jessica Alba, they're playing white women in Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? Like, then what happens? You get the new Fan Four Stick movie. Michael B. Jordan, he's Johnny Storm.
Nice.
His father owns the Baxter Building. They're black men, no issue. But the smart woman has to be white.
That's crazy. But that's the world. Well, you got to understand these comic books were written hundreds of years ago.
No, but they did that for the movie. That wasn't in the comics. Johnny Storm was black and it was adopted.
So they freestyle for the movie.
Yeah. And then where's the representation for the strong black woman? How to get away with murder? How to talk your way out of situations and all that other shit? Like, it's very stereotypical shit. But people like it because it's cool. It's like, oh, look at how strong she is. But
how to be
you ever see a real strong woman and it's not her blackmailing other fucking people just to get someone out of a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really think about the representation, like this is why I said earlier, you don't get representation anywhere but in the comics. Like Damian Priest had to be the Undertaker until he won that title, and they said, you know what? Be the guy from the Bronx because you represent New York.
Or they seem to like that.
Selena Vega wasn't fucking Spanish until we went to Puerto Rico.
Karrion Kross became Spanish too. I ain't know that.
Meanwhile, Drew McIntyre was Irish ever since we met him. Sheamus was Irish ever since we met him. And you can't hide the accent. But Carlito was Caribbean. Kofi Kingston was Jamaican, and he's from fucking Africa.
He's African?
Yeah.
From Ghana.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, Sho. Just think about little things here and there. Shit don't add up, but we accept it. Why? Because we never had proper representation.
We're gonna take the scraps.
Yep.
Karrion Kross is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And he don't know who he is as a character in WWE. But apparently that X that Paul Ellery did on his forehead was a tribute to Kevin Sullivan.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I completely forgot what the deaf. It's like that makes sense.
So I mean, to answer your question, representation is cool, but the right representation.
Yeah.
Because like we said, you can have where Mr. Fantastic is Moroccan, right? The guy who playing him, Pedro Pascal, is he chilling? He's
South
chilling.
American.
I believe he's Chilean.
but
Same shit. I see your face.
but he no, but the thing is, like, he's not a white man, but he's playing Reed Richards. Now I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be the fucking accent speaking, suavemente fucking dancing, stupid Reed Richards. He's gonna be Reed Richards.
Yeah, but he's done it before. He
No,
knows
you
how
know what
to
I'm saying?
add a true like American accent in a sense. Like we've seen him that he can have almost like a Texan accent if he needs to. Like it's what they're gonna do. Again, it's seeing him at least in a role like that.
He played Joel as Joel.
Yeah.
I didn't see him play Juanito. Like,
Yeah.
He wasn't Joel. He was Joel.
Yeah.
So, and there's ways to do it. Again, just seeing that instead of having to have, oh, this is supposed to be a Latin character and we still got a white guy. Like, no offense to him, but Lou Diamond Phillips has played in Hispanic twice.
Hey,
Like
Al Pacino.
you want to talk about representation? Star Wars took Jimmy Smits and made him a galactic senator.
Yeah, because in Star Wars, there's literally no race.
Yeah, it's just people or humanoids.
Yep.
Yeah.
People, humanoids, droids.
And Jedi and Sith.
There you go.
That's more understandable though.
But in summation to all this, to everyone watching and that's gonna watch it after, just be fucking nice and allow. Again, there is room in no matter what fandom, in what variation you want to look at this. If it's comics, movie, cinema, arts, and whatever, just be nice. Be genuine people and stop trying to. Oh, but they're gonna do this or do like. Come on, let's be mature and actually see that there is ways that this can be done in a way that represents everyone positively and done in correct ways. But if it's done a stupid way as well, then call it out on it. You know.
I would like to answer my own question because y'all made me think about this. They had a movie called In the Heights about Dominicans, my race, played by all Puerto Ricans. So I understand what y'all saying.
How's it feel?
It's like it's crazy. It's like you feel good and bad because it's like, okay, they're playing Dominicans, so at least we're being represented. But it's like they're not really Dominican, so it's like, what's the point? But then again, if they take out the Puerto Ricans and don't make the movie, it's even worse. We just not gonna make nothing about Dominicans. So it's like you feel good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
You just wish they did it correctly, but they doing it.
Wait, I was about to say what was done incorrectly though, outside of the particular casting.
Well, I've been in the Heights. I've never seen a musical. I never seen people just bust out and start singing.
I want Joe to answer, like, to see what he thought was
This
wrong.
motherfucker just in there, and there's a dance number and shit.
It was a good movie. I just could tell that everybody was Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
As a Dominican, you could tell. Like, wait a minute, that's not my people's. I know my accent.
But it was, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda is Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
He wrote
Yeah, you know, his people basically in a sense.
Joe, and now get out of the race card representation from where you from. I get hyped when I hear someone's from the Bronx because no one is ever from the Bronx. There's a guy that made a video. He goes, every superhero that's from New York is somewhere else than the Bronx. Fucking Spider-Man was it Queens?
Queens.
Yeah. Cap, Brooklyn, Daredevil, Manhattan, all these other fucking people outside. The only person that represents the Bronx in Marvel is Kingpin. He's a villain. No one even wants to save the fucking Bronx. You know what I'm saying? When Transformers. Yo, where you from? I'm from Brooklyn, son. Nobody. I'm from the Bronx. Why that is?
We got one. Taskmaster.
He's from the Bronx also?
Yes.
But isn't he a
Another
bad
villain.
guy? Another villain, yeah. So there you go.
No good guys from the Bronx.
Only the
Nope.
villains are
Only
from
the
Bronx.
villains.
Wow. Herbie Brown is from the Bronx. But he was the Prowler.
Oh, okay.
Another
Another
bad guy.
villain.
Another bad guy.
So in summation, the villains are created in the Bronx.
Everybody from the Bronx is a bad guy.
Oh, yo. Well, what is that? What is that? What does that tell you?
Exactly
Bronx-
what it is.
The Bronx got no hope.
But it
It's not
don't.
the people in the Bronx. No, it's not the people in the Bronx that are bad. It's the situation in the living situation in the Bronx is bad.
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to be a hero when nobody can survive?
Heard.
That's it. We now need someone to create the first Bronx hero.
You survived, Toe.
Marvel
Fuck that.
Comics, DC. Someone write this, damn it. Someone give us this one.
No, but not even our heroes that go out to fight fucking Transformers are from the Bronx.
Mm-mm.
We had the Mob, the Bronx sale. The Mob was in the Bronx with Galorgio and all that. And that was basically just a war between the Italians and the blacks. And then what else did we have in the Bronx?
I got a Bronx tale.
That was it?
There's one more person from the Bronx. Stanley himself.
For real.
The ultimate fucking.
There you go.
And he don't even make a hero from his own fucking place. Hell nah.
Dude, Regis Philbin literally grew up across the street from us.
Yeah, that block that he lived on,
Yeah.
they named it Regis Filming Place.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
and it was literally across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking into it now. There, no one. Just a bunch of threads of why there's nobody from.
Maybe next week we could write how we would write a superhero from the Bronx.
Well, next week we're gonna do Ray a favor and talk about the Power Rangers.
You see her smile?
Next week is my episode, motherfuckers.
You better wear a hoodie and your helmet.
I tried to order another hoodie that would fit the helmet. It wouldn't get here till the week after. I was like, these motherfuckers. But I'll just wear my Green Ranger one.
Yeah, wear your helmet. Fuck that.
It's all good. So
Yo, you better bring it next week.
I could do it right now if needed, but we're not gonna do that because we were about to sign off. But to remind everyone, we are back.
Time out.
What?
You didn't. That was incorrect. Next week, you better bring it.
Don't answer the question he didn't ask, Ray.
To remind everyone, tomorrow we are back with sports. I'm gonna be discussing the fallout.
You gotta be. It's already been brung.
There you go.
Come on, you ain't never seen fucking,
theme for myself.
Bring It On.
I love how he has the sound already. But to remind everyone, tomorrow we are back with sports. Thursday we are live with wrestling. I'm just gonna plug the rest of the shows for this week.
Go ahead.
Now, time is done. Thursday we're back with wrestling with Knuckleheads, as we'll be joined by Mr. Black to promote all things Java Slam full. Friday and or Saturday we'll be live with the Tone the Show with Ray. And yeah. So
time out. How was your interview with Mr. Black today?
It was good. It was short. It worked.
Hey.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Take us home, Toe.
We can't. I'm trying to throw in the podcast in there too. Shit.
Don't ask no fucking questions, show.
Girl, fuck you, Mama Webber.
Don't ask no fucking questions. Just watch the podcast on Thursday. You see how good the podcast was today. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody. Come through, be you. That's what we do.
Facts.